Hey everyone, how's it going? As someone who would like to see the re-implementation of Quickplay, I want to look at some arguments I've seen for keeping casual and try to explain why they are weak arguments. I've not heard any good reasons for keeping casual and think the constant bickering of the community is halting any real progress for making the game enjoyable again. But if you do have any arguments for casual, I'd love to actually hear them. Thank you. First of all, not really an argument for keeping casual, but sure, we can look at the server browser real quick. Oh, there's only shit here! So after putting some filters in, these are my options for servers I can join right now at 9:30 p.m. on a Monday night, which for some reason, despite my filters, some UGC servers are still going through, but otherwise for vanilla TF2, it seems I have Uncletopia and Zesty vanilla servers, which I don't know what's making them zesty, but alright. But just 2 vanilla servers that are populated that I can join right now without wait. Community servers unfortunately are not a reliable way to play the game anymore, which yes, a lot of them were going downhill before Meet Your Match honestly, but casual mode basically just laid out spikes on the bottom of that hill for them to land on. The only reason community servers got a little bit of traction again is obviously because the bots got as bad as they were. Most of them lost player base again after they got banned, and people generally want the main way of queuing for the game to be how they find servers. So I'd rather that be the system that I think worked a lot better, rather than a system that's been dysfunctional for 10 years. I think the party system is really the only good thing casual implemented. Being in a party and joining a server at the same time is good, but honestly I think it would work better in Quickplay. It honestly has a lot of issues specifically in casual mode. A group of 3 people can make a game relatively unbalanced, not like unplayable obviously, but if those 3 people leave, that's just a sudden 9v12 until the matchmaker actually decides to replace them, let alone how unfun playing with or against a 5 or 6 player stack is. In Quickplay this would be fine because you can just switch teams if need be, or you can just call a scramble. I've heard people say team switching just allows people to switch to the winning team, but first of all, you'd need the winning team to have less players than the losing team, which how often is that happening? Second of all, I'd rather them switch teams and actually stay in the server rather than what people do now and just leave immediately when they start losing. So I think the party system is a neutral implementation with ad hoc connections. I personally don't find it necessary, but I also think it would honestly just work better in Quickplay if they kept it. This is something I personally just don't care about. I get why people like it. It's the same as having stranges, but we're arguing about the quality of matches, and that should be the most important thing for the game, not a useless level up system. So no, I don't really care if the XP system is removed or not. It's a completely neutral thing. It really changes nothing. It should just never be brought up in the subject. It's been 10 years of asking. When is it going to happen? Why improve a system that fundamentally doesn't work with the game and has proven its dissonance over time when there's a system already created that worked previously? I'd rather improve upon the system that was already working rather than fixing a broken one. If there weren't so many maps in the game, you wouldn't really need a system to pick them. Popular maps that everyone plays will always have servers running, which Quickplay allowed you to show servers running with the criteria that you chose anyways, and that alongside with all the other things you could choose felt a lot more freeing than just being able to pick a map. And if you want a specific map so badly, you can just search it in the server browser. It would also allow community servers to gain some popularity back by hosting either less played maps or unofficial community maps. And hey, sometimes you just don't get to play the map you want all the time. There are many maps I want to play currently that I don't get to, but I'm just told to play on community servers that don't even exist anymore. Most people I see saying this typically like didn't even play the game when Quickplay was a thing. Like it's fine to say, like I'm not saying that no one can say Quickplay is bad, but I want more reasoning than it was bad, especially when they hadn't even experienced it. And no, Quickplay wasn't perfect. And when I was looking through Reddit posts from 2016, I saw a lot of people say that they didn't even use Quickplay, they just used the server browser, but they still wanted that system back because of the rule set, and you could just find Valve servers through the browser anyways. At the end of the day, Quickplay was just doing the work of looking through the server browser for you. I'm sure I've missed some points, in which case please tell me and maybe I'll make a part 2 to this. As well as I enjoy having a discussion on the topic as it's something I've looked into a lot over the last couple of years. Being someone who actually experienced the time period firsthand, I truly just want people to be correctly informed and have a meaningful discussion. So far I really haven't seen any good points for keeping casual. I don't like to act negative in my videos, but I'm getting tired of seeing people spread misinformation, or they just hear one thing and they just take that as fact. And I really just want the game to be fun again, which sure, sure, I know fun is subjective, but people say the golden age was like 2012 to 2015 for the game, and they weren't using casual back then, let me tell you. But I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.